Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, yesterday I had an awesome day. Awesome day yesterday with Lucky Bass Turd and his wife. We had a great time in Manteca at the Bass Pro Shops. Bass Pro Shop there in Manteca. That's my first time ever going there, and I enjoyed it. I had a great time. Bass Pro Shop, if you haven't been to one yet, I'm sure most of you have, and if you haven't been to one, it's like an amusement park for adults, for adult outdoorsmen. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. But what this video is about today is Sunday, day after Saturday. I think it's what, May 29th? Still Memorial Day weekend. But Lucky, I'm just gonna call him Lucky, short for Lucky Bass Turd. When you ever hear me say Lucky, that's what I'm referring to as Lucky. My new friend, my fellow video reviewer. But he gave me lent me a bunch of knives to review, and also I won one. I won one on his channel, and this is the Lucky. Awesome knife for him to be giving away for his prizes. But anyway, he gave me some knives I'll be reviewing this week, so you can expect to see my next reviews after this one today will be on knives that he lent me to review. This one's one that's made in Austria. It's a Glock, and it's like a combat knife. So the size of it, I haven't gotten into it yet. I haven't opened it up yet, but from looking at it in the package, it looks a lot like an M3. Like my old M3. So I'll probably be comparing this one to the M3, because that's probably the one that'd be the closest comparison to it. There's one. You can expect to see that one this week. Next one is 1911. I've seen these before, and to be honest, I wasn't really interested in them. But now that Lucky's passed this on to me to do a review on it, I'm going to do a review on it. I'm going to give my honest opinion on it, honest review on it. But y'all know me, I'm not a big liner lock fan. And so that's the reason why I really never got into this one. But after he showed it to me, it does look pretty cool though. So I'm going to do a review on this one this week too. Next one up, if I can reach it, is Crkt. And this one looks cool. I actually like this one. It's a Crkt. It's a fixed blade knife of the M16. It's sort of like the M16 folders. It's a Kit Carson design, and that's one I'm going to enjoy. I actually will like that one. I might have to go get me one. Because it looks like a great EDC fixed blade. I'll probably be comparing that to my my new EK50. The other one I think is a great new EDC knife, and also the my Kobun. I like the Kobuns too. So you expect that one this week. And let me get up here for a second, because I can't reach these other knives. Alright. Next one up. Now this one looks super cool, because y'all know I like the little California legal autos. To me they're just like a I don't know, just a fun knife. It's not self-defense. It's not none of that stuff. It's not even really a great utility knife because the blade's so small. But they're just fun to play with, and they're just fun to own. And here in California, we're not supposed to be carrying real switchblade. What I call real switchblade is like one with the real length of a blade, like 3.5 inches or longer or something. But this one is a OTF from Hogue. From Hogue. This is one that was made for Heckler and Koch, made by Hogue. Pretty sure it's Hogue. But y'all know I love my Hogue knives. And so this one I'll be doing a video on this one this week also. And last but not least is one that I really like. And I never knew anything about this one. This is the Gerber. And it's American-made Gerber. But this one reminds me a lot of the Ultimate Hunter. It's the same type of knife, if you ask me. And I'll be doing a video on this one comparing it to my Ultimate Hunter. It feels super good in hand. This one, if you know, hunting knives need to have good grips, and they need to have good blades for, you know, for dressing and cleaning game. This one is an awesome knife, if you ask me. I think it's pretty nice. One of the nicest Gerbers I've ever seen. But then again, you know, I'm not an authority on Gerbers because I only have one Gerber that I actually own. So I can't really tell you too much about Gerbers. But that one I like. That one I can tell you I like. Okay, well, anyway, let's get into the Lucky. And today I thought I would bring out some of my old traditionals. These are just representing like different patterns I have of my old traditionals. I have a lot of old traditionals. These are just a few, you know, very few of them. I don't have as many old traditionals as I do like modern knives, but I might have like, I don't know, maybe about 30 of these things, about 30 of them or something like that, all together. And I absolutely love them. I don't even know how many I have. I might have more than 30. But, and this one right here, I'm going to start off with this one. And the reason why I'm going to start off with this one, because it's got the story. All these other knives I just bought to collect. I never carried them. These are all like brand new knives that are old. And I started collecting my traditional collection as a collection, not to be users, you know, in the 90s, in the 1990s. I want to say like about the mid 90s, something like that. So I continued it for about 10 years. So I went from like, let's say 1995 to about 2005 is when I purchased these kinds of knives. And they were like the ones I got into collecting before I got into collecting like self-defense folders and things like that. Because I used to just like traditionals. And the reason why is because I used to always carry one. Yeah, the box is falling apart on me. But the one I used to always carry is this one. It's my Charade Scrimshaw. Copper lock. Always like lock blade knives. For knives I carry, I always like to carry lock blade knives. I love the, what do you call it, no, mine's going blank on what type of knives these are called. Let me see if it, my mind went blank on these, I'm sorry. But I like the non-locking knives also. But I don't carry those. I just like them because a lot of them are really beautiful looking knives. The traditionals. This is a traditional I used to carry. This one was my pocket knife that I carried through college. Because they didn't want us carrying knives on the campus, but you know me, I always carry a knife. And so I tried to carry something that looked as less threatening as anything else. Because at this time I was carrying like buck knives and balisongs, Benchmade balisongs when I went to college. But this was the one that I would carry to school every day. And then I ended up just carrying it all the time because I really liked the knife because it was really handy. But that's my experience with carrying traditionals. It's an awesome little knife. Let me zoom in on it so you guys can see better. Yeah, this is an awesome one. So that's the first one I carried. As you see, my box is falling apart here, so old. Oh, and I bought it at Walmart for 17 bucks. All right, let me see. I'm going to set the boxes out the way. This one this is a doctor's pattern, is that right? Yep, doctor's knife. Slip joint, that's the word I was looking for. And it's a non-locking slip joint. Gentleman's knife. All these have jig bone handles. This one is like a Durlin or something else. It's like some kind of plastic. And it used to have like a fishing scene on it, I think with bass or something like that, like largemouth bass, largemouth and smallmouth bass. I'm a fisherman, so you know that's one reason that I like that one. This is a jig bone. I think they call this color of bone bluegrass. Let me see what I got here. Yep, bluegrass, Kentucky bluegrass. And this is one of the ones I think I bought in the 90s, mid-90s, when I started collecting these. And I was trying to collect all the patterns, because I'm a person that pretty much likes single-bladed knives. I don't know if you ever noticed that or not, but just about all my pocket knives only have one blade, and they're usually all locking. Yeah, let's leave this one out too, huh? We can show them. Spends all of its time in the safe in the box. Now, I don't have that many slip joints I collected. Most of the slip joints that I collected were either like a back lock or a copper lock. Next one up. Oh, this is the Toothpick. And this is bluegrass also, so it's going to be the same color bone. I just flashed that up there. I haven't seen these knives in a long time. I used to love this design because when I was a little kid, I also had a toothpick style pocket knife. So it's one of the ones that brings back memories for me. And the reason why I'm showing you all these is because I don't think I've ever done a video on any of my traditionals. And I have a lot of traditionals that I've never done videos on. And some of my favorite traditionals were the swing guards. This one right here is the copper lock, Ember Green. It's a copper lock. This one's got a back lock. I might have got it in the wrong box. Let me look at it again. This one might be in the wrong box, because this one has a back lock. Copper locks were the locks like this. Where it's really like the first liner locks. You push that, and then you close the blade, open it up, and locks the blade in position. This one's a back lock. I don't know unless it was just called a copper lock that has a lock back. Now you have it in the wrong box, people. It's a possibility. Because I used to keep these all in rolls, and then when I decided that I'd rather just keep them in the boxes and put them in the boxes, I might put it in the wrong box. Next one up, rust lock. These have like a copper lock. Rust lock. I have a bunch of rust locks. It's one of the newer designs of the traditional that I really like. Actually, this one can't be called a copper lock because the lock is like a stainless, looks like stainless steel. All these are jig bone. These are real bone handles. One thing I always liked about case knives is that they used to make beautiful knives. I'm sure they still do. But this one's got more of like the Skinner type blade, like a Charade Sharp Finger. Charade Sharp Finger was my father's #1 go-to for cleaning deer out in the field. Dressing deer. He used to love his Sharp's Finger. He used to carry the General, but the General was like for bigger tasks, and the Sharp Finger was for, like, you know, skinning and cleaning animals. So that just goes to show you don't need a big giant knife to dress animals. And the last type that I have up here, oh, it's a swing guard. Awesome. Looks like the cheetah pattern. Let me see what the box says. Cheetah pattern, old black. Old black and cheetah pattern. All these American made. When I first started collecting knives, I was only collecting American made ones. This one's got a little bit of weight to it. Let you see what it looks like inside. And these are lock backs, mid locks. Got a bunch of these. I have them by different makers too, like K-Bar made these, and Puma made these, and Queen Cutlery made these. I have a very large collection. Probably the biggest part of my collection of traditionals are swing guards. If you guys want, let me know in the comments. I can show you some more of my old traditionals if you guys are interested in them. I know everybody wants to see the modern stuff nowadays, you know. I still like these because I just like the craftsmanship. You don't see really good craftsmanship like this no more, with really polished blades. See, back in the old days, just about all the blades were polished. They didn't have these dull finishes like where you see the machine marks and all that kind of stuff. What do they call them? I don't know. All the different finishes that they use nowadays. Nobody's really making, you know, like really highly polished knives. To get a knife to a high polish takes a lot more effort than it does to do, you know, like a dull finish. It takes a lot of effort to get a knife really polished, like mirror polish. And just about all the old knives back in the day were all mirror polish. I love that. You know what I mean? I like chrome. I like, you know, y'all see my Springer. You know, I like chrome. I like shiny metal. I don't know. I know for tactical use, so you don't want that. But for everyday carry use, for like a gentleman's folder, you know, it's cool. Like this one didn't have the mirror polish. But this one for me was just an everyday user. All these other ones are collectors. I want them to be the beautiful ones. But anyway, let's check out what I won from Lucky Bass Turd. Or Lucky. I'm just gonna call him Lucky. And here it is, people. My Lucky. It comes with a little pouch. I don't know if I'd use this for carrying my knife in, but you know, it might be nice to store your knife in for long periods of time. But you guys read all the specs. This is my first slip joint that I've had in probably 20 years. I haven't bought a slip joint, or I didn't buy this one, I won this one, but it's my first slip joint that I've owned in the last 20 years. The specs, blade length. It has 2 blades. 2 and 2 5/8 inch. Oh, it says 2 blades at 2 5/8 inch. So it has 2 blades that are both 2 5/8 inch long. The blade thickness is 2 millimeters for both blades. The handle is 3 1/4 inch carbon fiber. Overall length is 8 1/2 inches. That's probably with both blades opened. And the steel is CPM S35VN, and weight is 1.4 ounces. I'm going to leave that box out. And me with traditionals, I keep them forever. This knife will be cherished by me forever. It'll be part of my collection forever. Because it has a story. You know how I am with my knives that have stories. I don't care how beat up or old looking they get. If they got a story, I will keep them forever. Because I have a lot of knives without stories. It has a nice stock, half stock. Very strong half stock. These knives, you know, I went and did some quick research on them because I didn't know anything about the Luckies. I knew about the Luckies that when they were selling them and stuff like that, but I never got into them because I was so busy getting into all these other knives. I didn't, you know, give them the proper attention that I probably should have. But these were designed by Andrew Demko and Lindsey Thompson. So it's a cool cold steel knife. I like anything that was put together by Andrew Demko and Lindsey Thompson. Those are my favorite knife makers at Cold Steel and designers. And when Lindsey Thompson and Andrew Demko got together, it was always magic. Because Andrew Demko always wanted to make everything heavy duty, and Lindsey Thompson wanted to lighten it up, and they'd come out with a perfect knife. Because Andrew Demko's a master of making handles. Now this handle is kind of... Because I see finger grooves in the handle. So are you supposed to hold it like this? Because I would not use this as a combat knife. Because it's a slip joint. Everybody knows that, you know, this can possibly fold back in on your hand. I would not do that. And the finger grooves are basically not being able to use when the knife is folded. Or when the blades is folded. Me, myself, the plain edge blade would be the one that I'd use all the time. And if this one ever went dull and I had to cut some rope or something, that's why I would use this. But it'd be like a backup blade. The blade I would probably use would probably be this one. Feels pretty comfortable in hand though. It's not bad. Feels real small though. And I can feel the blade. So it's not super comfortable. Like for instance, like I'm going to take the toothpick. This one feels comfortable. This feels like a knife that you know your great grandfather had that used to sit out in front on the porch whittling wood with. This feels very comfortable. Or the Doctors. This one's a slip joint. Well, this one's a slip joint too. This one feels comfortable, but I do feel this in the back. So it's not as comfortable. The most comfortable one would be this one's very comfortable too. The one that they call the copper lock. If that is the copper lock, I can't remember if this is the right name for that one. This one you feel the lock a lot. So I wouldn't say this is the most comfortable one, but I do like the design of it. And this is the one I use all the time. And this one I can feel the lock too, now that I think about it. I don't think I've ever thought about it before. But the rest of the knife feels really comfortable. I would say this one, the toothpick design, is probably the most comfortable. Without, you know, the, what do you call it, slip, with just the slip joint with no locking mechanism. Now if this one had a back lock, that'd be awesome. The toothpick design. I like the swing guards the best because a couple reasons why. You got the safety feature of the swing guard that keeps your fingers off the blade, you know, from accidentally sliding forward and cutting yourself, and also you got a nice back lock, nice strong back lock. But this one is very cool. This one's lighter than any of them though. This one's like a lot lighter. Let's see how much these all weigh, just out of curiosity. We'll start off with my first one, my charade that I used to carry, my charade scrimshaw. 2.4 ounces. Doctor's pattern from case, 1.7 ounces. Let's line these up in weight. So far this one's the lightest. Toothpick pattern, 2.1 ounces. So that would go here. Is that right? Yeah, 2.4. Okay. Copper lot, 1.9. Next one would be 2.6. Okay, so that one's in the right position. This is going to be the heaviest one. 3.4. So that's how they are in weight, and this one's lighter than all of them. And they used to have a pattern, you know, because I didn't really get into the multi-bladed traditionals, but I think they had a name for this one too, because you know all these knives they had names for them, the type of patterns that they were. But when you had two blades like this, they had a special name for that also. And what really makes this one modern, besides the materials, this is carbon fiber, and these are S35VN blades, carbon fiber with S35VN blades. One's serrated, one's plain edge. It's the pocket clip. So I think that's why they call these, is that why they call these modern traditionals? Because you take a traditional type pattern knife and you give it modern materials and pocket clips or something like that. I know a lot of people flip out on that. Because, you know, they don't think that you should call a modern knife a traditional. Traditional should be a part of its name. But that's what it is. Absolutely love it. So there it is, people. This is my Lucky. This is my Lucky from Lucky on his channel. I entered into his contest and I ended up winning it. And he brought it to me yesterday when we met at Bass Pro Shops. Awesome person. He is an awesome person. He has an awesome family. Great person. And this is the first video of a string of videos I'm going to do with the knives that he lent me to do videos on. Great little knife. And it definitely has better steel than any of these, because I think these are all stainless steel. And I'm not sure what kind of steel. I know, like, I mean, like, what type of stainless steel it is, because Case didn't really say exactly what kind of steel that they were using. But I know these steels are old-fashioned stainless steels, so it's not going to be like a modern CPM S35VN. You know, this kind of steel didn't exist when these knives were being made. And I haven't really been into the traditionals in a long time, and so I'm not sure what kind of steels that they use now. Maybe they do use S35VN nowadays. I don't know. Awesome. Thank you, Lucky. Absolutely love it, brother. Awesome. And if Lucky's watching, expect to see your videos this week. They'll probably be starting on Monday. Tomorrow will be the first one that you'll see. And I think I might be doing the Gerber first. I don't know. It's either going to be the Gerber or the Glock. Or maybe the Crkt. Or maybe the California Legal. Or the 1911. Because actually, I really like the CRKT one. I really like that. That one's probably one. If I'd known about it, I probably would have been owning one already. Because I really like that one. Yeah, because y'all know I like small fixed blades. You know, not super small, but like pocket. You know, like 4-inch and 5-inch EDC fixed blades. I like those. I wish I can carry them. You know, but well, actually, I can carry them, but you have to carry them exposed. And you know me, I don't like to carry things exposed. That's what I mean by I wish I can carry them. Because I would carry those all the time because nothing's stronger than a fixed blade knife. You know, a full what you call a full tang, exposed tang, or you know, or a over molded tang, full tang. Nothing's really stronger than those. You know, so you can have you know the most super duper folding lock knife with the best you know known lock at that time or whatever, but it's still not going to be as strong as a full tang blade, fixed blade. It'll just be closer to you know being closer to being strong like it. You know, like a triad lock. You know, that's an awesome lock. And it's probably my favorite, one of my favorite you know locks. When I pick knives, I want to depend on for strength. You know, I actually absolutely love them. You know, like the one that's in my pocket. Knives I carry now sort of dwarf these. It sort of dwarfs them. And I like to be able to open things with one hand and close them with one hand. I love my XL Voyagers. Some of my favorites. Awesome blades. But this is what I carry now. Carry all the time now. And I let Lucky get my my new barong style Voyager, XL Voyager, to do a video on. And so I hope he likes that one. Because I know I love the XL Voyagers. I love the large Voyagers too, but I must admit the XL is my favorite out of the Voyagers. And I like to carry them. I even carry them when I'm not supposed to be carrying them because where I live, you're supposed to carry smaller knives. But I still carry them anyway. I should probably shut up and not say anything because I'm probably telling on myself. Law enforcement be looking for me on my bike. They probably know what my Springer looks like. They'll pull me over. Where's that XL? We want to confiscate it and keep it for ourselves. But anyway, peace out, Stiletto. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday and a great Memorial weekend. Memorial Day, I'm gonna start off with one of the ones I picked from the ones that Lucky gave me to do videos on, and I'll do a video on it for Memorial Day. Peace, Stiletto.